let's talk about your faith a little bit. I want to dive it down into that because I believe just like your routine, you have a Tuesday Bible study. I almost got it memorized. It's like what, 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock, right after work.
Yeah. So, and that's a commitment that you make week in, week out. It's a big part of who you are.
Yeah. And
where did that come from?
You know, like I said, I grew up in the church. I have always been a faith-based guy. You know, my wife and I feel like we did it the right way with getting married. We didn't live together. We weren't doing things. And I think by doing that, it's really blessed our marriage. And we've been able to help a lot of other young couples and other things like that. But one of the things I realized was there's a lot of people struggling with faith, not only in my own companies, but obviously everywhere else. And so I said, you know what, guys, let's just have a Bible study right here at the office, right after work. You know, it's not like you got to go drive all this way. Like,
no excuses.
There's no excuse. Like just right after work, we'll do it. Just an hour, right? Because I need to get home to the kids and the wife too. So we'll never, you know, go over time. Like let's just an hour. And it's been something that's been really good for everyone. And I've been a part of Bible studies my whole life, so it wasn't like anything new. But what I will say is when it comes to faith, there are things that you do to improve your faith. I mean, obviously praying, reading your Bible, having community with other believers, those all really increase your faith. But the biggest thing that increases your faith is stepping out and doing something that, you know, you don't know if it's going to work or not. It requires faith.
Right. It does.
So many people, they want the certainty of life. And the reality is there's no certain. Their only certainty is you're going to die. And you better know where you're going after you die.
Right.
Because that's the only certainty in life. Yet we want certainty with our job and our investments and our career. And, you know, and I'm like, guys, everything I've done in my life has been based on faith. When I flipped that first house, it was by faith. When I decided to go into social media hardcore, there was no proof that it worked. Like, it's just by faith. Everything, even to this point, as we scale and go to bigger things, I've never done it before.
Yeah.
We're just going by faith. Like, I feel like this is the right way that God's calling me to go. And, you know, for good or bad, we're going to see what happens.
And I think that's something I'm way more conservative than you. And, that's just the way I am. I'm going to fall into my own thing, and do my own thing. And I admire your risk taking. I mean, maxing out your credit card is something I would, I was there and I hit the roadblocks early on. So that changed who I became as an investor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, but I think that your brass balls in terms of, you know, just, you know, when you first told me, and I'm going to get into this right now, that you were buying a 334 unit, $32 million apartment building, like, I was like, oh, he's backing out of that deal. Like in my head, I'm like, yeah, just, and then you closed on it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that deal.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those things, right? It's like, do I have to go do that? No. Have I ever done it? No. But it's just like, I feel like God was calling me to step out of my comfort zone and do something new. And then all of a sudden, when I really put myself out there, the opportunities present themselves, right?
Right.
And so this deal presented itself. We had the right partner on it. And, you know, we had to go raise almost $6 million. And I said, okay, I mean, I never done this before. Like, let's just...
How long did you have to do that?
We had to close in like 45 days.
Okay.
So you're under the gun.
Yeah.
And
what's the earnest money that you potentially lose?
Yeah, I mean, we put a lot. I don't even remember. But, you know, it's just like...
Hundreds of thousands, I'm sure.
You just have to go out there and get after it. And so we did that. And we raised the money. And by no means was it easy. A lot of people don't see the behind the scenes of what has to be done to, you know, go convince investors on the deal. And
general partners, syndicators, preferred rate of returns.
Yeah, you got to do all those things. And I had to create... you know, the funnel and all of the processes along the way, but we got it done. And now I can tell you deal number 2 is going to be much easier. Deal 3 will be easier. And, you know, from there, who knows what we're going to do? I have no idea.